Hello comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I am your host, Bill Miller. This is the second part of our second series of this vlog where we're reading issues from Aquaman. Previously we read Aquaman issue number 1, and today we will be reading Aquaman issue number 2. So, turn the volume up just a hair, turn the lights down a smidgen, sit back, relax, let your imagination paint the pictures as we read Aquaman issue number 2. On the cover we see a giant fish with Aquaman and Aqualad, featuring the King of the Seven Seas and his young ally, Aqualad. The secret of Captain Sykes' deadly missions. That gas that made those fish huge and hostile has affected Aqualad, and he's attacking me. What is the secret motive behind the menacing missions which send Aquaman, sleuth of the seven seas, and his constant companion Aqualad in quest of strange relics? To save the lives of innocent seamen, the aquatic adventurers risk their own when they try to learn the secrets of Captain Sykes' deadly missions. I'll draw them off from you, Aquaman. No, Aqualad, you'll be killed. And Aqualad is swimming between these huge, deadly fish, a puffer fish, and what looks to be a piranha maybe. Chapter 1. One day as Aquaman, sleuth of the seas, and his young companion Aqualad warily rein up their maritime mounts. They're on dolphins. It's no use, Aquaman. We've looked everywhere, including underwater, for that missing cargo ship, but not a sign of it. Well, it didn't sink, and it couldn't have vanished, so it must be someplace. Maybe that ship over there spotted it. Let's find out. As they approach the vessel, Great guppies, this is the craziest looking ship I ever saw, Aquaman. Shh, there's the captain. Let's board and have a talk with him. Aquaman and Aqualad, I'm Captain Sykes of the SS Seahawk. Anything I can do for you? Just tell us if you've seen anything of a cargo ship called the Vulcan, Captain. Aye, that I have. In fact, me hearties, I captured it. You what? You heard correct, I captured the Vulcan. Here's the ship's log to prove it, and I've got it well hid. You pirate, you better tell us where, or... Hold on. Don't forget, I've got the Vulcan's crew, too. And if you don't want any harm to come to them, you must do exactly as I say. What is it you want us to do, Sykes? Now you're talking. You must recover 2 rare relics of the sea to add to my maritime collection. But I warn you, these missions will tax the skill of even the great Aquaman. The first relic is an ancient pirate chest. X marks the spot on this map where you can locate it, in one of the most treacherous depths of the seven seas. Will you fetch it for me? We have no choice, Captain Sykes, if we're to save the lives of the Vulcan's crew. Come on, Aqualad. Ha! I've hired myself the best deep-sea divers in any ocean. And as the aquatic adventurers speed off to carry out their first mission, that Sykes sure is a crazy character to go to such a lot of trouble just to get hold of an old pirate chest. Well, let's try and bring it back as fast as we can, Aqualad. But when they arrive at their undersea water destination, suffering sardines, according to the X on the map, the pirate's chest is located in dead center of this coral mountain. How will we ever get it out? Not without some powerful help, I'm afraid. Shortly, as Aquaman uses his amazing ability to communicate with fish by telepathy, and here comes our undersea work gang. We see a school of big fish coming to help. Before long, as the finny sand hogs go into action, the hatchet fish are chopping big chunks of coral away. We'll have our tunnel in no time. Yes, and the swordfish are doing their share too. I ordered these other fish to carry away the debris, Aqualad. Deeper and deeper into the coral mountain delve the undersea tunnelers until... Bunk, bunk. There's only a thin wall separating us from the hollow cavern where the chest is, Aquaman. Right. I've commanded the porcupine fish to smash through it, Aqualad, You'd better get out of the way. But as the fish obediently shatters the brittle coral wall, jumping jellyfish, there was a strange gas locked up in the cavern. And next moment, look, Aquaman, these goosefish, cowfish, and porcupine fish are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It must have been those gas fumes. Now they are huge and menacing looking. Yes, and it's made them hostile too. They're coming after us. Come on, Aqualad, let's make tracks out of here. But when they try to escape the scaly giants, we can't, Aqualad. The goosefish has cut us off. And the goosefish has 2 rows of giant sharp teeth. They're closing in on us, Aquaman. We'll never get out of this. Steady, Aqualad. Suddenly, I've got to save Aquaman. Aqualad's thinking this. I'll draw them off from him, and then... Aqualad, keep away from those fumes in the hollow But as Aqualad ignores the grim warning, oh no, now Aqualad is growing giant-sized. And tense moments later, Aqualad deliberately swam into those fumes so he could take care of the hostile fish. Great Neptune, but now he's coming after me, too. Moving at blinding speed, the Sea King eludes the lunges of Aqualad until the giant fish are still blocking the exit and Aqualad is blocking me into a corner. But just as the Sea King seems doomed, the last of the fumes filter out of the hollow and, phew, the effects of those fumes were only temporary. Aqualad and the fish are returning to normal. Wow, I'm sure glad I'm coming back to normal. So am I, but let's get hold of that chest now. Golly, it almost seems as if someone had purposely done all this to protect the chest. Shortly, this chest, it has no lock on it, yet the covers on as tight as a turtle's back. Yes, and what's more, the chest is made of some unknown hard substance I've never seen before. But let's deliver to Sykes. Before long, me hearties, so you've brought me the prize. Excellent, excellent. And now you must bring me the second relic, a rare shell which gives off a strange wailing sound. I've marked its location on a map too. Looks as if we're headed for an island this time. Yes, but take warning. No one has ever tried to enter the jungle island, has lived to tell the tale. Don't worry, Sykes. We'll do our best to stay alive. Let's go, Aqualad. And they jump back into the water. And so, as the daring duo of the deep races off on their second mission, what I can't figure out, Aquaman, is why these 2 relics were so well guarded. I've got a hunch we'll find out sooner or later. Then, as they near their destination, that must be the island we're looking for, Aquaman, but no one seems to be guarding it, as far as I can see. Keep your fingers crossed, Aqualad. But as they start to ride the breakers in, Aquaman, a sea serpent, a huge reptile, dinosaur-looking creature emerges from the water. And it's coming straight at us. Head back to sea, Aqualad. It's no use, Aquaman. It's catching up to us. Chapter 2. The aquatic aces display amazing skill and daring in order to set foot on the forbidden land, only to face certain death when they become prisoners of Pecos Island. Your reckless friend is no match for the sea serpent. He is doomed. And there's a gaggle of people standing on the island watching the sea serpent chase Aquaman and Aqualad. The desperate duo swims away at dazzling speed, but it's going to leap on us, Aquaman. Then, to their amazement, great waves, the sea serpent stopped cold in its tracks, just when it almost had us. What I'd like to know is, how are we going to get past that maritime monster? It seems to take no notice of the fish swimming near it, and that gives me an idea. Minutes later, why, you summoned hundreds of fish. What's the idea, Aquaman? You'll soon find out. And as the Sea King issues another telepathic command, there, the fish have formed themselves into a long tunnel leading straight to the island shore. Let's go, Aqualad. They will be camouflaged by the fish swimming past the serpent. Unseen by the lurking sea serpent, the aquatic adventurers swim through the fish tunnel until we made it. Yes, but that monster has spotted us and is heading for shore. Aquaman and Aqualad retreat from the banks and, Relax, Aqualad, it's not following us inland.
No, but look, it's wrecking those small fishing boats and the docks.
I wonder who owns those boats and docks, and how did they get here? Suddenly, seize the trespassers. By landing on Pecos Island, they have enraged the sea serpent, causing it to destroy our property. Enter the dungeon with them. They're surrounded by what looks to be natives with spears.
Suffering sardines, if we're forced to stay out of water for more than an hour, we'll die.
You must let us go. We only came here to get a magic shell giving off a strange wailing sound. What? You dare to come here to take away our magic shell? Bring them to the temple. Shortly at a crude temple inland, this shell, it has the same markings we saw in the pirate chest, Aqualad. In a whisper. The wailing sound of our magic shell keeps the sea serpent off our island and enables us to use the coastal waters safely. The ancient wizard who placed the shell here created the sea serpent to guard the island, preventing anybody from entering or leaving it. Again whispering,
what a spot. We not only angered the serpent, but they considered us evil men who want to remove their magic protection.
There's only one way out if we want to stay alive. Listen, I have magic powers of the sea myself. If you will free me, I will get rid of that monster for you forever. Impossible. Wait, if the boastful fool wishes to risk his life, let him. We will hold the lad as a hostage. And shortly,
the sea serpent must have submerged again, Aquaman. But are you sure you know what you're doing?
It's 100 to 1 shot, Aqualad, but it's our only chance. So here goes. As the sea king plunges into the waves, the sea serpent has surfaced and is lunging after the trapped man. My plan had better work, or I'm a goner. The sea serpent spots Aquaman in the water. Then, you see Aquaman commanded a squad of electric eels to give the sea serpent a shock that jolted it back. We see electric eels shocking the sea serpent as he crests out of the water. Your friend has indeed great powers, but he will find that the sea serpent is not so easily downed. Look, he waits not for the monster to recover. He flees toward the open seas. He has tricked us. He is trying to escape. Is Aquaman really deserting his young ally? But the sea serpent has thrown off the electric eels. He will soon overtake your friend. A few feet more and I'll be past the coastal waters. Amazing, the monster has stopped. Your friend has escaped to safety. And thinking, Aqualad thinks,
that's just what happened when we first tried to get to the island, and Aquaman knew that.
Suddenly, the electric eel goes into action again, and... Great day, the electric eel shocked the serpent again, forcing it to leap over the coastal boundary. The next instant, I was right. The serpent is starting to vanish. All eyes are glued to the fantastic phenomenon as... And thinking again,
Aquaman deliberately lured it to that point. The serpent is going.
Poof! Gone! As the serpent disappears. Shortly, as Aquaman returns to the island,
Whew! That was close timing, Aquaman.
I figured the wizard who created the sea serpent limited it to the coastal waters, and that it would disappear if it could be provoked to break its spell. We thank you, man of the sea. No longer shall we be prisoners of our own island. Now we shall build larger boats to take us to the outside world. I have a gift for you, Aquaman, as a token of our gratitude. The magic shell. Thanks to you, we no longer have any use for it. And thinking, what's puzzling me is, what use could Captain Sykes possibly have for it? Thinks Aquaman as he grabs the shell. And now a terrible fate awaits the maritime marvels on the completion of their mission as Captain Sykes reveals the menace of the genie creature. Chapter 3.
Ha ha! And now I shall snatch you out to the sea and end your careers.
Sometime later, the aquatic aces return from their final mission and... I've got your shell, Captain Sykes, but I won't hand it over until you've released the Vulcan and its crew.
Fair enough. Climb aboard and I'll take you to where I've hidden the ship.
And before long, as the SS Seahawk heads for the coastline, why, we're moving through a hidden pass in these cliffs.
Welcome to my maritime headquarters, me hearties.
A secret bay.
And there's the Vulcan.
Exactly. Release the ship and its crew, mateys. Captain Sykes always keeps his promise. And as the rescued vessel steams out to freedom, okay, Captain Sykes, here's the shell.
Ha! Thank you.
But next instant,
you fools, you played right into my hands. Mateys, bring me the chest from the cave.
What's going on, Sykes?
I'll be glad to tell you. This chest and the shell that will open it belonged to an ancient wizard who kept them separated so that only he could use them. As soon as I place the magic shell close to the chest, the vibrations of the shell's wailing sound will unlock the magic chest and... Come out, my genie creature.
And the treasure chest opens, and a flying seahorse is released within a cloud of gas.
It will grow by leaps and bounds until... Just think, this fantastic creature has but one goal in life, to obey my every command. And aboard my magic mount I shall sally forth. Nothing can stop me now, nothing.
And he jumps on the back of this huge, flighted seahorse.
I shall swoop down on ships carrying rich cargoes and... That's it, scoop it up.
And it shows the seahorse scooping up a huge supply ship.
And carry it off to my maritime headquarters. If the naval authorities try to interfere with me... no guns can harm my indestructible genie creature.
And it shows jets attacking the genie creature to no avail. And the genie creature attacking the jets back, striking them down, with the pilots barely escaping via parachute.
This will teach you a lesson you'll never forget. But my very first act will be to take care of Aquaman and Aqualad. I shall snatch you out of the sea and end your careers.
And the chest is brought out.
Here it is. Soon I shall be the most powerful man in the world. Now watch, Aquaman.
But?
Something is wrong. Why isn't the chest opening?
Perhaps I can explain, Sykes. I noticed the identical markings on the chest and the ancient shell. I figured there must be a connection between the two. And since I suspected that you had a sinister scheme in mind, I substituted the false shell for the original.
You double dealer. I'll fix you for this. Shoot, matey, shoot.
Into the bay, Aqualad. And Aquaman and Aqualad jump into the water. But before a single trigger can be squeezed...
Yipes, those octopi are knocking the guns out of our hands by throwing rocks. Hey, blast that swordfish!
And a swordfish jumps out of the water and grabs a pistol from a guy through the trigger guard.
Bring me the machine gun. But they'll be out of the bay by then. Think so? Saffron sardines. Look, Aquaman, a gate with bars coming down and trapping us in the bay. We'll never get out of range of Sykes' machine guns now.
But a telepathic SOS brings instant aid from a nearby whale. Hurry up with that anchor chain. And as Aquaman secures one end of the chain to the gate, we're free! The whale grabs the chain, swims with it, and tears open the gate.
Shiver me timbers, their escape stunt has weakened the cliff walls. They're starting to collapse. We'll be crushed.
And huge rocks and boulders are falling within the maritime headquarters of Captain Sykes. You sure will, unless you throw that weapon into the bay.
Yes, I'll do anything. Only save me.
And before long, all aboard and hurry. All of the pirate crew load up on the whale. Just as the whale clears the passage to the bay, there goes your maritime headquarters, Captain Sykes. A huge avalanche of rocks falls down and seals up the entrance to the bay. But don't worry, you and your pals will have a new home in the nearest jail. And so, a while later on the ocean floor, there's no way to destroy the chest, but without the shell it can never be opened. And luckily, the shell can be destroyed, as the hammerhead shark is proving. And the hammerhead shark is bludgeoning the shell into pieces. And that is the end of issue number 2. I enjoyed reading that. I hope you enjoyed listening. I would encourage you to check out Aquaman issue number 1 if you haven't done so already. And I would also encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted as soon as I release new recordings. Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. And remember, we're taking over the world one comic book at a time.